Welcome everyone. We're going to create a form in Jadu Forms. You'll notice the hello again on my screen. I have just logged into Jadu Forms. To create a form, we want to direct our attention to the left margin and click the button for Xforms Pro, which is the vendor's name for what we call Jadu Forms. From the submenu that pops out, click on Forms, which will take you to a list of any forms that you currently have access to. We're going to create a new form. So along the right margin, we'll click the Create New Form button, which will lead us to a page where we need to complete some information to get started on our form. For the title, I'll just say Practice Form for Video. You'll notice the asterisks adjacent to the labels. The asterisks mean that the fields are required. So we'll click Assign Categories. The production system may have some categories available that we don't see here. We'll just click Training to add the training category, and then click Add Training, and then click Apply Categories. And that will take us back to the form creation page. The next item, metadata, also has some things that we need to change. So if we click Assign Metadata, you'll notice keywords aren't required, but a description is. I'm just going to use the same thing I used for the page title. The next two areas of this window, Content Schedule and Assign Metadata, contain some items that we need to change. So click Show, and you'll notice for Content Schedule, there are some dates, and those dates are in day, month, year format. As long as they're in that format, we will not be able to save our form. So we'll just click the calendar next to the field and choose today's date, and I'll just copy and paste that down to the next field and add a few years to it. Then we can go on to the advanced metadata. The advanced metadata has some required fields, but they're already completed, so I'm just going to leave them the way they are. There are some date fields here that exhibit the same problem that we saw previously, so we'll change those to today's date as well. So I'll use their calendar picker and then just copy and paste the subsequent date. And that's all set. So click Assign Metadata and we're done with that. The last part of this page has 3 sliders, which are pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to set any of them, but the one that I will point your attention to is Registered Users Only. Registered Users Only is going to require that people log in before they can complete your form. And for any of you who are using integrated components that depend on someone being logged in, be sure to click that slider. I'll just click Save because we don't need to change anything else here. When you click Save, it's going to take you to the form structure page where you will be able to add pages to your form. And we'll talk about that in another video.